All right, building a startup in 500 days, day 268. All right, we got a big update today. It's been a sec since I've done one of these last, so let's get into it. All right, let's start with daily. So, daily's still been cranking. I kind of forget where I left off with the last video, but basically talked with my sister about the design on the journal functionality. Did have been working on that a little bit. Actually, so pumped about that. Basically, it allows people to set milestones for their check-ins, so that you can essentially build out like your whole journey, right? So you can have different milestones. It would just be cool to look back and see what you determine as a milestone and kind of have your journey more consumable because it's by milestones. But then you can also click in and then you'll be able to see each day kind of leading up to those milestones, so it doesn't forget about the process or anything like that. That's always front and center. So I've been working on that, but yesterday I tried to finish it off and I actually ran into a complexity that I could not figure out. So I need to try to get back into that today, break through it. Um, and then I basically just been posting a TikTok every day, and we're getting, I don't know, maybe like one user every day, every 2 days. So not a ton of effort going into that, not gonna lie, but it's cool that we have an app out now, right? Because I can just post on TikTok and, we'll continue getting people in as we do. And then the major update though is on the day-to-day side. So basically, so between the last update and this one, so in September, I think I did one of these recaps where I was basically decided that this was not going to be kind of like the full time focus anymore. I was focusing on something else full time. This was more of kind of like the passion, 5 to 9 kind of gig situation. So with the day to day build, that's the one that was specifically for managers. The issue there is that it's something that like I'm not using, so it was hard for me to really understand what people wanted. And so with a tool like that, there's a lot of work to do. Like I gotta get in touch with managers, I gotta really test the product, I gotta always be with them, refining it, figuring stuff out like that. And I don't know, it just got to the point where it it just wasn't something I was super excited about. I don't know, it just like you can kind of tell it when you're working on stuff, like if you naturally are inclined to want to work on it. And that was one that was just kind of getting lower on the priority list. So earlier I've mentioned that, so that with that build where I'm working with Stan and Zach on it. And so basically I had a conversation with Zach, just being totally honest about where I was at and just letting him know that like, hey, if this is still something like you're super pumped about, I'm still excited about doing it. I do still think there's a potential for building a product in this market because there isn't one yet, and it seems like there is a need. But we really need someone to kind of be the driver here, like to move the project forward. And I'm totally still down to do the development, but I'm just, on my priorities, it's just like I'm not going to be that driver, I guess, basically. And so he said he had to think about it. So yeah, I mean, that's still kind of where we're at. It feels like we're all kind of like, we we built this product, but it's I don't know. To be honest, it feels like I don't know if he's gonna want to be that either. Um, I don't know. It's definitely like a space to tackle, right? There's like a million different use cases. It's definitely an uphill battle. So I don't know. We'll see. But for now, that's kind of, I guess, kind of on the back burner, to be honest. Like, we spent the whole December, a lot of January finishing the build, which is good, right? Like, I'm not mad that we took that time because it's all skill building anyways. Like, it helps me with Bubble, etc. But I don't know. Even the final product that we have right now, it's just like I'm not convinced, to be honest, that it will be valuable. And so we'd have to do a lot of testing to make sure it will be. So I don't know. We'll see. It feels like right now, though, that might kind of be dead in the water, not gonna lie. Maybe in the future we'll pick it up. But um, yeah, for now, it feels like it's just like, I don't know, it's not really a priority. But we'll see. That could all change if Zach comes back and, wants to really work on it, or Stan or whatever. But for now, I think we're all kind of I don't know. There are other things that are kind of focused more. So, with that being said, let's talk about daily and kind of where we're at more high level. So, basically, daily, the app is like essentially done, right? Like everything is working smoothly. Like it's not like, oh, we need one more feature to make it work. Like it works, which is dope. So, I have been honestly like over the past week and a half, I've probably tried to do that journal functionality like once. So, again, like this other thing is taking up a lot of my priority. This other thing I'm working on more full time. So I'm not spending as much time on these, on kind of daily or day to day, to be honest. I'm still posting consistently, posting a TikTok every day on daily. That's kind of like how I'm keeping things going. Because I do still, like, daily is what I'm pumped about, right? Like, I love that shit, right? Like, staying consistent, focusing on the process, the idea that, overnight successes are not overnight. They're like 10 years in the making. I think that's really cool. And so I think there is a lot of value to be had on the app. And I mean, it is cool. People are coming in through my TikToks and staying on the app. So that still got me hyped about daily. So essentially my plan moving forward is I do want to finish this journal, functionality, the one with the milestones that I was talking about before. And I'm going to continue posting a TikTok every day about daily. But that's kind of it, to be honest. Like, yeah, I don't know, the other priorities are really kind of ramping up right now, like my more full-time thing. So I don't have as much mind space as I did before, on this whole thing. But I mean, it is kind of dope, right? Like, we set out on this journey to test an idea, build a product, and I would actually say that the product is built, right, with daily. Like, that's kind of like, that is the shit that excited me, is the concept of daily. And yeah, it went through kind of a ringer process this summer with testing and all that stuff and feedback, but I'm actually stoked about where we're at right now. We learned Bubble. So overall, I mean, it's been good stuff. So that gets into, though, this series moving forward. So it's kind of tough. It's also kind of funny because daily is basically like this documentation in an app. So even though I haven't been updating TikTok every day, I have actually been updating daily every day because it's easy and it's text based. So because the issue with this is, like, I'm just posting on TikTok every day. Like, that's literally all I'm doing for this thing. So it doesn't really, I don't know, it feels like not that valuable for me to come on every day and just be like, hey, I posted a TikTok and that's all. So I don't know. I might like stop doing these that much, I guess. Like, it's not necessarily the end of the journey because, like, I'm still daily, I'm so pumped about it. That's going to be kind of like my passion project forever, I guess you could say. So I don't know, maybe I'll come on and do these like when there's actually an update, when I do anything other than just posting TikTok. Maybe I'll do that. And kind of see where that goes. But I think I'm going to experiment with some other different content too. That's more aligned with what I'm kind of doing full time right now on this page. So it won't necessarily just be the journey for anyone who's made it this far, which I assume is no one. But yeah. So yeah, good stuff. TLDR. Won't be doing these as much unless I actually do something that's not just posting on TikTok. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Overall solid day. Oh man, I can't do the same sign up. Overall solid day. I'll catch y'all at some point.